Let's see. Are we here? Streaming live, 11 a.m. Manglazed Black. Shadow art. I think we're up. YouTube. I should move this. I'll explain that in a second. Got YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Mixer. I believe we're all up. Let me just double check. Good morning, everyone. Let me turn my lights on so you can see my face better. There we go. All right. Got a couple people join us. We're going to wait a second. All right. Let's see. Let's see. If you're here, message a chat. I want to see it. I want to see you. Who's here? Good morning, everyone. Let's see if that posted everywhere. Boom. We're here. We're live. Got a couple people. See some people on YouTube, on Mixer. Not sure if Twitch is up yet. We're gonna get started in a couple minutes. We're gonna be doing some shadow art today. Now I'll be doing it inside, because that is where all my streaming equipment is. But if you want to watch this and then take it outside, because I think it looks pretty sunny today. Be a great day to do this outside. All right, we're online on Twitch now. Boom, there we go. You get a mouse pad making all this noise. All right. Well, let's kind of get into it. If anyone joins in, excuse me, a little late, I'll go over it. Sweet, here we go. Move this so I can see it. Boom, there we go. Now some more people are going on. All right. There we go. Sweet. Okay. Welcome. Now we're picking up some steam on Facebook. Welcome, Facebook people. I haven't even started yet. Please share this with some people that would want to be doing some drawing today. Now, I will say this activity that we're doing today, this new demo, is extremely kids friendly. So if you're looking for something to do with your kids while we're all doing our social distancing, this is the thing. This will also allow us to get a little fresh air. And again, you know, it's important that we stay healthy both mentally and physically while we're social distancing. So go for walks, go outside, get some fresh air. But just, you know, be mindful not to be crowding with people, right? Keep your distance from people right now. But that doesn't mean you can't go outside, do a little quick workout, go for a run, go for a walk, or make some art. So, yeah, let's talk about what we're going to do today. We're going to be making some shadow art. So I'll be tracing and drawing the shadows that I see. Now I have this, I'm bringing it back, my lovely setup. I've got a big flashlight clipped to that award that I used to use as my camera stand. So we're bringing the award back to be super helpful. I have some paper. This is just some sketch paper that I found. 50 pound 9x12 paper. It's actually not the greatest paper. It's just like a really cheap sketchbook, so you could probably get this for a couple dollars at a store. If you're using printer paper, this is probably the equivalent of printer paper. It's just a little bit bigger. Okay, so we've got our paper. You've got my light setup. I'm using the flashlight. Now I will explain what shadow art is. Texting the crew, making sure everything's set and going. So the light will come in handy in a second. Let's just go over everything else. You may have seen this posted on Facebook. That's kind of how I found out about it. Some pictures I thought were really cool, just an activity, so we're going to kind of break it down as to how to do it. So I've got my paper. I've got my micron pens out again, right? These are just a permanent ink pen, really fancy dancy. You can get a set of these, probably like a set of 10 for about $10. They're really nice pens. You can get these at your local art store. Now I have a lot of them because they're all different thicknesses of line weight, right? But you can use whatever you want today. I posted on the Facebook and Instagram, use markers, use crayons, any drawing tools, any coloring tools are fair game today. Now I've got a little colored pencil set, recycled pencil set, so I'll use that to color in some stuff today. All right, you'll need some objects to draw, right? So I have a huge collection of objects over here. I'll kind of show them off one at a time and talk a little bit about them. We've got a Bob Ross bobblehead. I have this plush, felt plant that I got in a shop when I went to Austin. I have an art award. It's got this cool star on top, so I'll trace that. I thought that was cool. So it doesn't have to be anything specific. Like I said, this is very kid friendly, so if you have any toys, like here, this is the closest thing I could find to toys. Oh, I have a couple over there. These are the little wax things that you can get for like $3 at museums and zoos. I have a huge collection of these. I love these things. For $3, you put it in a machine and it presses a brand new pressed mold. So I got my T-Rex. I've got my gorilla. This is from Lincoln Park Zoo. I got this elephant. The elephant is from the Field Museum, and the dinosaur is from the Field Museum. All right, so I've got those to trace. I have a couple other toys, right? If we're doing this with our kids, that'd be the easiest thing for us to collect. This toy was given to me by my best friend. He's got the Patrick to my SpongeBob, right? So we both have equal opposites because he's my best friend. This was a toy that my grandpa gave me, this little Bugs Bunny. Just very simple wax or plastic toy. I've had this since I was a little kid. I've always kept it. So I was really excited about drawing this today. And I've got some more fancy objects, some more art objects. This is a coal miner Toby jug. So if any of you aren't familiar with what a Toby jug is a ceramic pottery vessel that has a face, a handle, and a pitcher to pour it. This is the Toby jug tradition, people making these things originated in England, I believe. And it used to, Toby used to be the jug that was in the bar, up on the shelf. And he was always holding something in his hand. You could pour it out, and it was a vessel. So if you're interested about Toby jugs, I've got a couple of them, but this is one of my favorites because it's a coal miner one. I really like working with coal miner history. If you didn't catch my first couple streams when I talked about that, but also this has a lot of cool stuff that I can trace. And then I've got this little vintage love tester bottle thing. Super cool just to show it off. You hold it at the bottom, and then you can see I'm full of love today because it's going to start boiling in a second. There we go. Boom, just like that. Also got this just because I thought it was a very interesting shape. I'm excited to try to draw those little spirals. And then my last thing is this sculpture that I have. This, I'm pretty sure it's cast bronze or cast something. I got this when I traveled to Cuba. When I was in school at the School of Art Institute of Chicago, I went on a study trip to Cuba for 10 days and was able to experience their culture and talk to some amazing artists there. But this is one of the pieces, my big investments of one of the things that I bought at a market. It's just a labor worker. He's missing his whatever tool he was working with. And then I put this stand together. As you can see, he's not completely on there, right? But this is one of my most prized pieces, right? So I've got all these things to trace. And again, I'm just using the sketchbook paper that I found. You don't have to use sketchbook paper. You can use printer paper for this because we're just going to be drawing and coloring today. So let's get started. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to use a flashlight to imitate sunlight. Now today is a beautiful sunny day in Chicago. Wherever you're at, hopefully it's sunny there as well so that you're not sitting inside and it's gloomy out. So if you want to do this, find, a time, maybe noon, a little afternoon, so that the sun's not directly in the sky. You got some nice shadows. Maybe wait for the golden hour during the day, so that sun casts a really strong light. Lay your paper out, right? Put your objects on your paper so that they're if they're closest to the sun, wherever it's at. Now I'm going to imitate the light. Boom. Look at that. Now I'm hoping you all can still see this. I'm gonna do the best that I can because this is a very powerful light. Maybe that works better. It's not super bright. Maybe I'll turn this light off. Yeah, I think I'll turn these lights off just so that you can see them a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, it's just super bright. There we go. You can kind of see it there. All right, so hard to see, but you get the idea. You could put your objects, whatever they are, on your paper, and then where the sun hits it, I'm using a flashlight rig, and I'm gonna trace that drawing. Now this is, like I said, a great activity to do with your kids. Get outside, get some fresh air, and all you're gonna do, I'm gonna use my favorite one, the graphic, if I can find it, right? The really solid pen. And I'm just going to be careful that I'm not moving the paper. Right, if you're outside and it's windy, maybe take something out you could tape it to. If you've got a clipboard or maybe you've got a book, tape it to the clipboard of the book so it doesn't go flying. Now here's the deal. You want to try to trace all the lines that you see. So I've got a lot of overlapping lines, right? Because that flashlight is kind of shining at a lot of different brightnesses. Right in the middle it's really bright, and then on the outside it's a little bit more faded. With sunlight you shouldn't have that. You should have a really clean, crisp line. But I'm going to work with what I got. So that's what it's all about. And I'm just taking my time and tracing as best as I can the lines that I see. I saw a picture on Facebook with this. It was with some dinosaurs. I thought that was super cool. Some drawings of some dinosaurs. So I wish I had more. A little alligator toy. But I didn't have any tall dinosaurs. So if I were to do this again, I'd get some dinosaur toys. So like I said, I saw that. People had done that and it looked super cool. Now, I don't know. I don't think you can see this all that well yet. I'll turn off the giant spotlight I have in a second. But all I'm doing is tracing the shadows that I see. And I've got this extra shadow here. Outline that. So now I have outlined. Oh, I got one more. All of the little shadows I see. Okay. Boom. And now we have this weird, interesting drawing. right? So you can kind of see the Bugs Bunny. I'm going to take some creative liberty here and finish his feet. Not worried about being super exact, but we've got a Bugs Bunny drawing. Let's put that up. My wall of stuff is growing. All my art that I've been making. But that's cool. I'll show that. Check that out. My wall of art. My print. Toy Soldier print. And then I've got all the art that we've been making. I got a comment. Let's see. The coffee and tea paintings turned out awesome. Great job on it. Thank you, John. I'm really happy with them. You can see the little landscape coffee and tea painting I did. Now, if you were here yesterday, I got super into it. I painted with coffee and tea, and then I jumped back on and did some ink drawings with it. I don't know what I did. I remember. The portrait of me, I'm going to post it on my Instagram today, and probably my Facebook. But I wanted it flat. Remember, see how this paper is kind of like bent? Just because I had a lot of water on it. It's not watercolor paper. I microwaved it. The other one I've got laying in between 2 sheets of cardboard, and I've got my weight set on top, so it's flattening it out. Cool. But yeah, there's my, can you see it? There's my collection of art. We've been doing all the drawings and paintings. Let's do some more. If you're just joining in, we're doing some shadow art today. I've got this little flashlight rig here. I've just got a little clamp on a flashlight on this award that I have. And we're imitating direct sunlight. So if you are doing this, or you're with us now and you're watching, watch it now, but then go out later, get some fresh air and make some art outside, right? If you got a backyard, that's a perfect spot. If you want to go to, depending on where you're at, whatever's open, wherever you can go for a walk. Just draw it on the sidewalk. But like I said, make sure you're maintaining your social distancing, so that everyone stays safe. And then just jumping, making sure my mixer's up. Looks like it is. All right, let's do another one. So again, I'm using just a sketch paper, not a super high quality paper like the Bristol paper, which I had been using previously for the paintings and things. This is just like printer paper, but a little bit bigger. This is 9x12. All right, so we'll do another one. So Bugs Bunny is done. Let's see what we can do next. I kind of want to do... I'll do this little plant guy. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to just do one. You can do... Pardon that light. You can have multiple objects. So, like what I had seen on Facebook was like this roll paper. This whole sidewalk was covered, and they had all these little dinosaurs so kids could move around, kind of slide back and forth and draw the different dinosaurs. So it wasn't one paper. They had a giant piece. But this is just a way that if you, like I said, if it's gloomy outside and you're in and you don't want to go outside today, you can do it with a flashlight if you got one. Or probably like a candle too. Now this one I'm going to do something different. It's really tall, so it kind of goes off. I don't know how to... You can't really see it. It goes off the paper, so I'm going to trace it so that it goes off the paper and makes an interesting composition. And again, I'm going to use the graphic just because I like those big bold lines. And actually, what you can do, pardon the noise, if you're outside, you don't want your papers flying away, tape it to like a book, right? I'm going to tape my paper to my desk. That's just so I make sure that I'm not sliding it around and moving it. Just 2 pieces, just some painter's tape. You could kind of get it, the paper edge is here. My light is super bright, but that's the best way to do it. Let's go. And again, I'm just tracing all the lights that I see. Now for mine, because I'm using a flashlight, there's a lot of shadows. It's not just, a very simple outline. You're going to have different areas doing different things. That's all good. it makes it for a more interesting composition. And our vocab word for today will be composition. That's just the arrangement of elements on a picture. So my composition is all about, now you can't see that at all. That's super bright. There you go. So I'm going to keep taking breaks. Maybe, like, I don't know if I turn this off. That doesn't really help. It's just because that flashlight is so bright. There you go. Boom, just like that. It's trying to focus on my hand when I put it there. We'll go with it. I'm just tracing the shadows that I see. I don't have a crisp line. I've got some like fading lines, so I'm just trying as best as I can to outline what I see. They must be watching like westerns or something above me in my apartment. I can hear them. I wonder if you all can. All right, let that focus. Boom. Turn my light off. Oh, there we go. Boom. You can't see it. Let me untape it. Hello from Kenton Avenue, our top viewer next to John. John and Kenton Avenue family. Now we have a nice little abstracted flower pot. See, now I didn't even get, I think... Yeah, this part is right here, so it went off the paper, and then right here are all these little shapes. You can see, depending on where the light was hitting it, they even got bigger or they got super small, right? But this, again, super interesting. Now, again, just like with the tea paintings, this doesn't have to be done now. This could be the step, right? So like I said, bring some coloring supplies. You can color those when you're done. I like them. They're kind of interesting alone just with the drawings. But if you, like I said, if you want to go back in, draw some more details on top. Like if I want to add Bugs Bunny face in there or add the little texture of the stitches, I can do that. I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to keep doing some different versions. And then maybe I'll grab a couple of my favorites to highlight. How's that sound? So the plant is done. Let's see, what could I do next? Turn the big bright light on. You can't see anything because it obliterates my camera. Let's see if I can get this guy. Now this guy might be just too big. Yeah, I think he might be too big for what I'm trying to do. So he's out. So here's a tip. Again, we're all learning together. We're practicing artists. If you're doing this with a flashlight and you're doing it with small paper, pick a small object. Otherwise, it's too big. If you have access to a giant piece of cardboard, I saw this Wayne the other day mention that, if you got a cereal box, break that cereal box down, open it up, and you have this huge piece of cardboard to draw on. So maybe you could do that with this. All right, I like this. Excuse me. Boom. All right, we're gonna try. There is an interesting, design from the. I'm just gonna cover it so it can focus for a second. It's not wanting to focus at all. But there is an interesting design right here on the design, the little love tester thing. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna tape it down. You know what? Maybe I'll try to... Yeah, I like that. I'm going to kind of angle my paper, right? Controlling that composition. I don't want it going straight up on my paper. Hard to see. Oh, hold on. Let me cover this. Let it refocus. Maybe it's not going to. All right. Anyway, I've got an interesting composition. We're going to roll with it. See how it comes out. Using my graphic pen again. We got some new people on. Let me talk real quick because you're probably like, what is he doing? I can't see anything. We're doing some shadow art. Using a flashlight to imitate direct sunlight. It's hard for you to see the paper because my flashlight is so bright. There's not really a way I can turn it down. Let me try to turn my lights down in the studio. And then I'll shut my blind. Pardon the noise. Alright. That might help. Not really. Still super bright. Nope. It's not going to work. Too bright. If I lean back, will it get any better? No. Alright, well anyways, I'm shining the flashlight as a direct sunlight onto an object. Here's my object, right? And then it's casting a shadow on my paper, which I have taped on the table. It's super bright. I know you can't see it, so we're going to keep rolling with it. And then I'm taking my pen, and I'm tracing all the lines that I see. So I'll do this as an example, so you can get an idea of what I'm doing. I'm just taking my time. There's a lot of details in this shape. You can see on the wall behind me. These were two of the drawings that I had just done. That was a Bugs Bunny toy and a little plush planter. Great activity to do with your kids. I was talking about how you could take this outside and instead of using a flashlight, use use the sun. Sorry, I kind of blanked there for a second. Use the sun, right? So when the sun is bright in the sky, it's casting some really great direct light. Right? Put some paper out. I'm using just some sketch paper that I had. You can use printer paper. I was talking about how Wayne mentioned yesterday during our collage demo that you can use a cardboard the cardboard from a cereal box. Uh-oh, you're going to hear some sirens. Welcome to Chicago. Uh-oh, lots of sirens. All right. Let's show off what we have done. So you can see it, and then you could be like, this guy knows what he's doing. Boom. That's pretty cool. I like this one a lot. So what I did, like I said, I taped my paper to the table. I shined this bright light on it, and it casted this huge shadow, right? So if this is my... Hold on. If this is my paper, I had my object right here. It casted that awesome shadow in my hand, my big hand. And then I traced it. So you trace all the lines that you can see, and you get a pretty interesting drawing. Not getting super detailed with it. Doing the best I can. I'm going to take some creative liberties here and finish the bottom. Just connect it so that it looks like a finished piece. It's all right. It went off the page a little bit. That's all good. Take my tape, put it on my wall. Boom. Now again, I'm doing one object at a time. You don't have to do that. You can do a couple. Let me take this down because I see a couple more people have joined us. Quite a few have joined us. I traced a Bugs Bunny toy. Let me show you that. Right? Boom. Bugs Bunny toy. Shadow. Let's see what else we got. I traced my planter. Now again, if you're doing this at home, if you're working on small paper, grab small objects. But you can do some cool stuff with it going off the paper, right? So this is the object, and then you can see the shadows went off the paper, but it still looks pretty interesting. Now I'm just working on the drawings right now. I will go back in, draw some more on it, add some colors on it, finish it up, make it look cool. Take a little water break with my man glazed black mug. All right, next drawing. I gotta experiment with my lighting here, because you can't see any of that. Let me turn my studio lights back on, my overhead light. There we go. There we go. You can see it better now. All right. So, CreatiVets hoodie. Check that out. Message us if you want one. We've got some. If you're local in Chicago, definitely message us. Paper, sketch paper, 9x12. This book run you about like maybe $3, $5 at an art store. I've been using pretty much just the Micron graphic pen, although, pardon that noise. They come in sets, I think, of 10. So get these. These are super great pens. They're all different sizes. I'm using the graphic so that it's a bright, not a bright, but a thick, bold line. But here we go. I think I'll do a couple. Maybe I'll do King Kong versus a T-Rex. Let's see. Hold on. I've got a comment. I want one. Tell me where to send the check. Boom. I got you, Dan. I got you. I'll let you know. So again, when you set it up, you put your objects on the edge of your paper like this, so that when you shine the light or you're using the sun, it hits it and then it goes onto the paper. Now I am not using the sun. I'm using this wonderful award that I got, and I clipped a light to it. That's why it obliterates my screen when I turn it on, because it's super powerful light, but it is great. Oh, you can see it. There we go. I don't know what I did wrong last time. I messed with my lighting, but there we go. So move the paper wherever you want. The shadows kind of change. I'm going to put this guy like this. I got my T-Rex. This is a great composition. Here we go. Taping it. Just using some painter's tape. Making sure my paper doesn't move while I draw. Now, on your screen, it looks like a solid shadow. There's a lot of little details in there, little tiny shadows. It's up to you. You can just trace the big one and then try to keep the objects the same. I really like tracing all the shapes that I see, right? Because then it comes out very almost like a reflection in a lake, right? So let's trace this first one with 2. I'm gonna trace the gorilla and the T-Rex. I positioned it the right way, so it kind of looks like the gorilla's taking a swing at the dinosaur. It's got like a cone head. Doesn't really look like a gorilla head. Now, just a little bit about light. and shadows, and drawing them. As an object gets closer to that source of light, it'll get a little bit crisper of a line. So that's something to play around with. Again, how far away your light is from your objects on the paper. Ooh, I just moved them. You'll get a different effect. You can limit how many shadows you make. Is it one clear object, or like how I'm doing it, I'm outlining the multiple shadows that I see. So you can see the it's just this that messes it up. That's what it is. I have a question. Hold on. What objects are you using for your shadow art? Share with us. Boom, I'll share with you. Let's go over them real quick. Using these little wax mold figurines. I love these things. You can get them from, let me turn my light off. I got these from the Field Museum and zoos in Chicago. They have these like mold machines where you pay $3 and then they make you a little wax mold right there. So I've got, for this drawing, I'm using a gorilla, I'm using a T-Rex, I've got this elephant. I have a lot more, but these are the ones that I thought were the coolest. You can use anything found around the house. So I have some toys, right? SpongeBob, Bugs Bunny. Again, this is a very kid-friendly project, so if you want to do this with your kids, go outside, have the sun shine on it instead of being inside with the flashlight. Do that. Great excuse to go out, lay on the grass, draw something. So I've got some toys. I have a ceramic Toby jug. So I had already talked a little bit about these objects, but this is a Toby jug, an English tradition. Can anyone confirm that? Any people from the UK on the stream right now? So this is a Toby jug. I grabbed some random objects laying around. I got an award that I won, a little Bob Ross figurine. Let's see. I had already drawn this little plant. I also drew this love tester, this love meter. Check this out. You hold it at the bottom and you can see that liquid going up. And I'm full of a lot of love right now because it's bubbling. Boom. Right? And then I think that was it for objects that I'm currently using. I had another one up, but it's too big. Again, if you're working on small paper, this is a 9x12, so it's a little bit bigger than your average printer paper. But if you're doing anything else, or if you want to go bigger, get bigger paper, you can use larger objects. Who's that? Dan said Bob Ross is greater than Chuck Norris. Let's see what he has to say about that.
Let's make some nice little clouds that just float around and have fun all day.
Did that come through clear? Little clouds having fun all day? I agree, Dan. Bob Ross is definitely better. Lights back on. Boom, you can see the shadows. My paper is taped. I'm going to trace the T-Rex now. Big old T-Rex. Like I said, this doesn't have to be the end for these drawings. I'm going to go back in, pick a couple of my favorites, and add some color. So whatever you got. You could T-paint these if you want to draw them on a watercolor paper. You could do this on watercolor paper first and then paint it. That's one of the great things about all the stuff we're talking about on these streams is, especially with art, you can kind of combine them and use them however you see fit, the methods and materials we're introducing you to. And if you were watching me yesterday and you had seen the tea painting, again, I'm going to be posting it on my Instagram today. I'm currently flattening it. I've got it sandwiched between two cardboard pieces, and then I have my weight set on top of it to kind of make that paper flat. All right. So I think these are done. I'm going to take some creative liberties and draw the bottoms so they look finished. Oh, Dan said Bob Ross greater than Chuck Norris. Garrett Leo greater than Bob Ross. I accept the compliment, although I don't necessarily agree. Bob Ross is the man. There's no doubt about that. Check that out. So I've got my King Kong either waving hi to my T-Rex or about to punch him. One of the two. Up for your interpretation. So there's my... It like doesn't want to focus. Let me cover it. Let it refocus. Didn't help. Anyways, there's our drawing. Drawing number 2. Now, if you notice, I did switch the orientation of my paper. Let's talk about that real quick. So, my first drawing I did was of Bugs Bunny. My second one I did the duo of the wax figurines. This version of the paper, the orientation, right, is called portrait. This is called landscape. So it kind of helps you with, if you're going to do a portrait, it might work best this way. So you have your head, neck, and shoulders on there. And then if you do a landscape, do it wider, like a widescreen movie or camera, so you can see a lot more. So and there's my pictures. I'm going to hang them up. Get those on my wall of creative arts. Maybe I'll name this the Creative Wall. Take these bad boys up. I like these drawings. They're super cool. Like I said, you could leave them as the drawings or go back in with some color. Yeah, we'd love to see what cool objects you all are drawing if you're participating today. Or if you don't want to show the objects, you know it'd be cool, just thought of this, if you posted the drawing you did, right? And wherever you posted it, hashtag it. I'm going to post it in the chat right now. I got a hashtag. Here we go. Hashtag CreatiVets shadow art, right? CreatiVets shadow art. Hashtag it with that, and then we can play a guessing game. What did you draw, right? So I'll put these, I could post these, and you could be like, oh, let's take a guess on what it is. If you tag us in it, hashtag it CreatiVets shadow art, we'll post it on our Instagram, Facebook stories, and we can all take a guess on what it is. We'll do some polls, see who did the most successful drawing, and see which one was like the easiest to guess. That'd be pretty cool. If you're interested in seeing, I'll be posting some of the art we've been working on here. That is my Instagram handle. CreatiVets is CreatiVets. This is the my personal Instagram with all my art. So if you want to see any of this art, I'll be taking some pictures of it today and uploading it there. All right, so wax figurines are done. Move those to the back. Let's do the coal miner. Let's do the Toby jug. Let's turn the light on. Oh, yeah, this one will be cool. So I'm going to put this guy like this. I like that. Composition's pretty cool. It's right in the middle, but I can see everything. Again, I'm going to tape my paper down. Just a little painter's tape. If you're outside, definitely put on a book or a clipboard to draw on, but then make sure it's secured to it. Graphic pen again. I think I'm just going to roll with this the whole stream because I really like this pen quality. I'm going to start outlining. And again, the thing with this is just, take your time. Don't rush this because they come out awesome. No matter what you're tracing, I bet your drawings come out amazing. Again, I'm outlining every line that I see. You don't have to do that. You could just trace the main shadow so you have a very crisp image. I like all the overlapping lines. I think they're very interesting. Taking my time. These do not have to be perfect at all. They're beautiful with their imperfections. That's what makes them unique. Moved my object a little bit, it's all good. All right, I think this one's done. Again, I'm going to take some creative liberties here and finish the bottom. Untape it. Let's unveil what I made. A little coal miner Toby jug. And again, I can go back in there and add details. Here's the object. Put it this way. Object and the drum. I'm trying to figure out how to hold this so the lights don't black it. Drawing, object. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. Right, there's another object. And again, I changed the orientation of my paper for my composition so that I had a wider room because my object was wider. Right, so always adapt to what you're drawing on your paper. What's going to make it look the best. Coal miner up there. All right, let's see. If you're joining us, you just joined us. Let me check. We got some people on here. A lot of people on Facebook and on Mixer. My name is Garrett Leo. I'm the art director for CreatiVets. Working on some shadow art today. So this is a great thing that you can do outside with some sun. So if you haven't, just got to do follower. Thank you, sir. Who's that? Swirl157. Right on, man. Super excited to have you. If you're looking to do something outside today, you don't want to go for a walk or a run, maybe just go outside, take some objects, and then trace them with the sunlight. Hopefully it's sunny wherever you're at. It's a beautiful day in Chicago right now in the neighborhood. So if you don't have access to that, I am using a little rig, which is a giant flashlight attached to an award. All right, so if you don't have a giant flashlight, go outside, get some sun, or order a flashlight. Get it shipped to your door. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, we're gonna do it again. And again, I'm just using a drawing paper, super thin, right? Super floppy. It's about the equivalent of a printer paper, except mine is a little bit bigger. It's 9 by 12. It is up to you what you want to draw on. You could paint these lines. I'm using a graphic pen, and I had talked a little bit about all the tools and techniques that we're kind of streaming right now. Combine them, shift them. What are you, what works best for you? What you enjoy doing the best? I love drawing with pens, especially these India ink, the archival ink pens. These are awesome. All right, so let's do another object. I haven't done SpongeBob yet. I haven't done the elephant. Let's see what the elephant looks like. Maybe do Bob Ross. We were talking about Bob Ross. Got my little Bob Ross figurine. He doesn't look very interesting. It just looks like a circle. So no Bob Ross. Sorry. Let's do SpongeBob maybe. I'm going to try something with SpongeBob. So again, I mentioned you can, depending on how far away your paper is from your light source, you could stretch objects. and I'm changing the angle that the SpongeBob's in, because I'm changing the how it's distorted. So I like this. It's kind of spread out, stretched out. We're going to go with that. Taping it down. Just some painter's tape. Oh. So that my paper doesn't move as I'm drawing on it. I'm very heavy-handed, right? Let's get started. You can kind of see it, so this will be good. All right. Move my tape so you don't have to hear that noise. If anyone's doing this at home, we'd love to see what you're doing. So if you can, take a picture of it. Take a picture of it. Tag us in it. Use the hashtag CreatiVets Shadow Art. Posted that in the comments. And show us what you're making. And again, I am just tracing the lines that I see and notice. All the different shadows. You don't have to outline all of them. I'm choosing to. For people that are watching, do we have any... I know John is here. He's been on almost all of our streams, if not all of them by now. I think he was going back and watching some. But do we have any other people that have... Is this their first time streaming, or is it their, were you here yesterday? What are people doing? Which streams have you watched? If I am not your favorite streamer, out of all the people you've seen, what was the most interesting stream you've seen on CreatiVets so far? Again, we'd love to know just so we can kind of tailor what we do and what art and music content we teach and talk about to what you all are interested in. I just moved my figure. There we go. And I know John has done it, and a couple other people, for messaging myself or the CreatiVets page with some ideas as to what we can do, what they're interested in, because, again, that helps us out with what we can offer. All right, take some creative liberties, finish these shoes. I'm excited about this one. This one looks good. Here we go. Untaping. Flipping it over. You thought I was going to show it right away. Don't sneeze, don't sneeze, don't sneeze. SpongeBob figurine. This is what we drew. This is the awesome stretched out SpongeBob. Right? So right now, you can kind of get the... You can kind of get the shape, right? You could maybe guess that it's SpongeBob, but you're missing the key features. So I am going to go back. I've got I think I only have like one more object to draw. And then I'll go back in and add some details and add some colors. But I really like this because it distorted the shape, right? So play around with it. It doesn't have to be exactly what the object looks like. Maybe you have two lights going on. Maybe you go outside with the sunlight and then you bring a flashlight. Just play around with it. See what happens. Putting SpongeBob here. All right. Let's see if this star is a good shape. That could be my last drawing, and then I'll detail some. I got a message from Dan. Dan says that the collage class was cool. That was one with Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. Shout out to Wayne. Especially for our veterans who have a ton of cool artifacts from their service to use. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the collage demo with Wayne, please check that out, YouTube or Facebook, because he talks about repurposing objects that you have, materials that you have, to making art. So taking something that has a past life and has a lot of just material history, take it, use it for something else, and then you can make some awesome art out of it. Awesome ketchup. Sent a biker chick worth 10,000 sparks. Thank you. Got my my little spark notification working. So send me some sparks. If you're watching on Mixer, I want sparks now. Hold on. I'm going to cheat. Watch this. I'm going to send myself some sparks because I can do that. Let's see. What do I want to send myself? Ooh, I just got another one. I'm going to send a flower pot and see if that goes through. Who sent me some sparks? Angry Cat 5000. That's a lot of sparks. Did mine go through? I don't see it. Did I not send myself sparks? Did I not do it? Maybe it didn't go through. All right. Last one. We're going to do the my art award. Turn my light on. Ooh, yeah, this one's going to be good. All right, so again, I'm going to play around with the direction of it. Farther away, closer up front. Trying to get the right composition. I like that. I think I want it more on the paper. Not going off the paper like I had some doing. We'll go with that one. You tape the corners. Only using 2 pieces of tape. But that'll do. There we go. All right. We're moving. Graphic pen. If you just joined in, doing some shadow art. I'm going to trace my star award. Again, I'm tracing every single line that I can kind of see because I think that makes the most interesting composition. Right, how you arrange your elements on the paper. Take your time. Don't rush it. Excuse me. I want to send some sparks. How the heck do I do that? You're watching on Mixer, so you get sparks by watching us. On your screen where it says the name of the stream, Shadow Art, on the right side, like the bottom right of the video, there's a thing that says Skills. Click on that, and then it'll open up all your sparks that you can send. And depending on how many sparks you have from watching, you can send different types of stickers. Let's see, I'm going to try to send myself another sticker. And then if you want to see how many you have, click the top right of your entire screen where your account is. Open it up and it'll show you how many sparks you have. Awesome Ketchup just sent me some sparks. Little rock guy. It didn't pop up though. Don't know why it didn't pop up, but I see it in the chat. Thank you. I think this is good. I think I got it all. Awesome Ketchup sending me all the sparks. Taking some creative liberties here. Finishing the drawing. Let's check it out. Alright. Scratch my eye there. I can do that. I haven't been outside. I can touch my face. There you go. Fin Fam from South Carolina. Is that what the SC is for? Send me a pizza spark. Appreciate it. here we go. My little distorted star. Check that out. Original object right here. Just your average star. And then I played with the shadow arrangement. Awesome Ketchup, stop oven me. You know, I'm pretty sure Awesome Ketchup just stays on Mixer all day long and watches videos to get a lot of sparks so that he could show off and try to make friends. So don't yell at him. He's just doing his thing. There we go. So now I'm done with the drawing part. Let's go back in and add some details to my favorites. Anyone have a favorite? Can you see them? Oh, you can see them all. You can see them all. Awesome Ketchup is just, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Send me those sparks. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drawings. Which ones do I want to add colors to? I think I'm going to take the my cactus one. Wow, that's a lot of sparks. They're going at it. Thank you. Oh man, it's because I'm so great at streaming. You send me all the sparks. It's not a competition between you two. It's about me. Thank you. Okay, so there we go. My lights have fixed themselves. I'm gonna move this so I can get a little bit brighter light in here. My light clip award. My friend jumped in on the initial stream we did. I had my phone like taped to this award to use as a second camera. We're a little high tech now. We've got other equipment. All right, that works. So they're definitely watching like an old school movie upstairs. I can hear it. All right, so got this. I'm just gonna add some details to it using my graphic. I'm gonna take my object back out. And I'm going to go in there and kind of finish up what this looks like. You don't have to. I just think it'd be cool. And I'm making some up with how they look. Others, drawing it exactly how I see it. Right, I'm just adding those little, the little strings for the needles on there. That's what I'm talking. He just upped you, Awesome Ketchup. He just donated $5. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for your donation, sir or ma'am. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, you just won. Awesome Ketchup lost the battle. He lost the war. Sorry. That's awesome. Thank you for your donation. Yeah, you might have outsparked him, but he donated. That's right. Yeah, Awesome Ketchup won the battle of the sparks, but he definitely lost the war. Definitely lost. Alright, so let's take a look at this now. So I took that drawing Just added some of the details in. Basically just cleaned up this so you can see the objects, right? All the parts of the leaf, the flower. And then I added the little stitches so that you can see the texture. Joking aside, I know it's going to a great nonprofit. Keep up the good work, gents. Thank you. We appreciate it, especially in this trying time. We got to do all that we can to make sure that any veteran out there know that they have resources, and CreatiVets is dedicated to empowering veterans with art and music. So thank you for your donation. That helps us do what we do. And when the world goes back to normal and our programs kick back up, just know that you helped us with that. And we appreciate that. All right, I'm going to, I'm going to take this, the weird love meter one, and I think I'm going to add some green in there. So I am going to get into a little coloring today. Oh, Lord, I almost knocked my light over. I did. Just didn't fall off my desk. Okay. I'm going to take a colored pencil. Do I have a green? I have a green. I have another random one here. Here we go. So I've got a dark green, a light green. Just going to add some color in there. Is my camera focused? There we go. All right. Where is my... Let's look at this. Let's see how it would... I'm not going to color the whole thing. I'm going to add some areas of green. So a good, easy way to do some shading is you press dark on an edge, and then you go lighter and lighter towards the middle. If if any of my middle schoolers ever see this, they know, especially my 8th and 7th graders, blending, blending, blending. You like to practice that. So I'm doing dark on the edge, lighter in the middle, and I'll show you what it looks like in a moment. So again, you don't have to color the whole thing. Just add a little color to it. Makes it pop out. Now, can you see how I went dark on the edge and then went lighter in the middle? That's how it looks 3D. And I'll add some more color to the bottom as well. Do I want to? Or do I want to leave it here? I think I want to leave it there. That's it. Now, SpongeBob, I'll go back in. Now we're just, embellishing our work, adding some details, right? Micron pen and my SpongeBob. I'm going to draw his face on there. Now, and you can't see because I've moved all these objects in front of the camera. There we go. So... Now I'm just going into the details of the actual body. So I'm trying to make it look real. Let's see. Now we'll do the mouth. Now I'm trying to kind of mimic the stretchiness of, like, where I distorted that light. I want the face to distort too, right? So it's not drawing the regular face, I'm actually drawing it stretched out. right? So his face is a little stretched out. And I'm going to take the brush micron. I'm going to color in the eyes so that they're solid black like the actual sculpture or toy. Just coloring in the eyes. And I'll add some color to the whole thing. And this pen is dry, so I'm switching to a different brush pen. Much better. Now sometimes it just dries out the tip of the brush, so if you just leave it to the side for a second, it'll kind of go back to normal. And you can see our stretched out SpongeBob. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back and we'll keep working. All right. Boom. Back. Blew my nose. Washed my hands. Stretched out SpongeBob. I don't like this drawing. I should have just left it the way it was. It's all good. Let's add a little yellow to it. Why not? I'm just gonna go lightly on it. Now I'm going to actually color this one to make it match. Take my sharpener out so that it can match my toy. Now a trick for there we go. And I broke it. Hold on. Pardon the noise while I sharpen this. People are like, yeah, I'm done watching this now. Trick for shading it and making it look like you don't have any pencil marks is you make little tiny, or not little tiny, but like stretched out ovals. So little circles on top of each other. Really lightly. You're not trying to color super fast, like trying to make the yellow bright super fast. You want to build up those layers. Can you see that? And I'm coloring right over the black lines because that black ink will still be there. Actually, I got an interesting story about these pencils. I went to the Schoolyard Institute of Chicago. If you haven't watched any of the streams, that's where I studied art and ceramics and education. They actually sent me this pencil set to kind of get me to go there. That was, why is this? Refocus. Don't be so bright. There we go. That was one of their incentives to go. They sent me some colored pencils. All right, now I'm gonna go in the mouth. Add the mouth background color. So like I said, once you're done with your drawings, just color them. You know, that's the next step. So if you do this with your kids, I know firsthand, you know, work very hard on some drawings and then you can color for hours with it. Let's see, I need a red for his tie. We'll use this one. It's pink. Uh-oh. Oh well. He has a pink tie now. And brown for his pants. Garrett, your hard sale. You know it. You know what? I got these. And then, like a week later or something, they sent me a pair of gloves, Dan. A pair of gloves that probably, you know, cost them a whole... That's purple. Why did I grab that? I want wow. Sent me a pair of gloves, just like some knit gloves with SAAC on the knuckles. I thought that was the coolest thing, and I wore those all the time. So I am a very hard sale, sir. Now the brown that I have is a little darker than the brown of the SpongeBob, so I'm just gonna color super light. Still doing those little ovals, smoothly blending the colors together, right? Not pressing down super hard. It's either you press super light to make colors, or you press super, super hard and really pack in that pigment from the color pencil to make even colors. Otherwise, you'll get scratchiness. That's what I call it. Scratchiness. I have a black colored pencil. I'm going to color in these shoes. And here I'm packing in that pigment. I pressed so hard I broke it. Pardon the noise. Mr. OEF5 says hello. Hello, sir. Man. Welcome. Did you just jump in with us? Mr. OEF. Mrs. I said Mr. Whoops. Mrs. OEF5. Ma'am, thank you. Did you just join in with us? Or have you been on and you're just saying hello? If anyone just joined, I'm not just drawing some weird drawings and coloring them. I used a light, shined it, projected it, and then traced out all of these weird, intricate shadows, right? So the one I'm working on right now is a SpongeBob, right? So these are the shadows that I traced, and then I redrew the face on there, and then added some color. Mrs. OEF5, you can ignore Awesome Ketchup. I know you were just clarifying. We're on the same page. Awesome Ketchup just lost the Sparks battle on Mixer to Fin Fan from SC. He just lost a battle and is upset. So, yeah, so if you're just joining, we took some objects. What did I do with them? Here. So these are some wax figurines that I got from like a zoo in Chicago and from the Field Museum. And then you put them on the paper, like so. And then you shine a flashlight on it, trace the shadows, and now I'm just adding some colors to it. You can also do this outside. What Sparks battle? So, Awesome Ketchup and another, I keep forgetting the name. Awesome Ketchup and Fin Fam from SC kept sending me sparks on Mixer back and forth until one of them lost. And one of them donated $5 to CreatiVets. Thanks again. And Awesome Ketchup did not donate, so he lost the battle. The other person doesn't matter. Ha. Not true. Awesome Ketchup. The other person donated. Yeah, projector tracing. Just using lights to trace it. So we talked about how you can go outside and do this today. If it's nice weather, go outside, get some direct sunlight and trace it. I'm from Chicago. That's where we're at right now. So you can see. You do it with the sun. I'm doing it with some lights. Awesome Ketchup sent an angry cat worth 5,000 sparks. Thank you. I like this drawing as is. I think I'm gonna add color. No. I'm gonna do the Bugs Bunny. This is the first one that I did. If you just joined us, I traced the Bugs Bunny. Move my sharpener. Awesome Ketchup probably has micro-sized biceps. It's not probably. Reading about our organization. Yeah, so CreatiVets. I'm the art director for CreatiVets. If you just join in and you're just now learning about us. Our mission is to empower veterans through healing through arts and music. So if you just found our stream through the creative tag, glad to have you. I'm doing some shadow demos. This is very kid friendly, so if you're at home, you can use this with your kids or you can do it on your own. I'm having a blast tracing all these. I think these are really interesting. But we've been streaming the past week, so check out our other streams. You can check us out on Facebook or YouTube, our YouTube channel, and you can find all of our past streams. If you want to just kind of get in the know with what we do here at CreatiVets, find us on Facebook, like us there, sign up for our newsletter, get on Instagram, and then follow us on Instagram as well because we post updates for our streams. Oh, right on. Mrs. OEF 5 as in Operation Enduring Freedom 5. My husband is a retired Army vet. Right on. Thank you. Thank your husband for his service. If he's interested in doing any art or music, have him apply for some of our programs. Right on. Great organization, songwriting program is very unique. That is true. Do some songwriting. I think, let me just check, now that we're talking about other things, if you're interested in doing some more stuff, after I get off at 1 o'clock, we'll be doing some intro to songwriting at 1 o'clock. I think it's going to be about 2 hours. And then we might be doing some games later, just like some hangout fun stuff. We could talk about what we do here at CreatiVets, and you could all join in with that. But if you're interested in doing some songwriting or watching some songwriting, that'll be coming up after this. What did Awesome Ketchup say? This stream is way better streamers. Don't let Garrett scare you away. We already talked about this. I'm a very newbie streamer, but I think I'm doing all right. Oh, did it change? Oh, yeah, it did. It wasn't updated on the schedule. So 3 p.m., not right after this at 1. 3 p.m. we're doing songwriting. Thank you for that, Awesome Ketchup. Military police, right on. Thank you. See? Said I'm doing great. Richard's just jealous. Awesome Ketchup doesn't know how to stream. That's why I'm doing it and not him, because he just doesn't know how. All right, so Bugs Bunny. I'm going to do something like I did with this. I added just a little bit of green in the middle. I'm going to add a little bit of blue. We just made a comment. You can find the full schedule as well as past streams on our website. Go to creativets.org/live. And then you can see all of our past streams and our upcoming ones. Now, they're all subject to change depending on if we get some more people in here to do some other things or if we have any sudden changes. But again, really important right now as we're all social distancing to keep ourselves physically healthy, mentally healthy. So these art activities are great for just keeping your brain awake, during this time. And then they're really fun and interesting to do. All right. So got the Bugs Bunny. I got this light blue. I'm just going to add a little color. Not a lot. Just a little bit. And I'm actually coloring in the solid areas that I see. So the one before, I tried to make it look like the green liquid was in there from this. And then the SpongeBob, I just colored it as if I drew it. This one, I'm going to try to find little areas to fill in. And thanks again for finding us. We're glad to have you here. Make sure to share us if you have Facebook or Instagram, Twitch, Mixer, YouTube. Share it around. You never know who might need something like this during these times. And we appreciate you hanging out with us. Take another comment. You're on it. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. We appreciate it. And like I said, I'm the art director for CreatiVets, so I've been streaming quite a bit of random stuff. Thank you for following us. Right on. We've had some different types of art demos. I did some clay sculptures, more like kid-friendly activities to do. We did some songwriting, some guitar lessons, but we've got a lot more planned and coming up. So again, please keep in the know because we will be doing more as we keep going through these crazy times together. I like the way that looks. This one, like I said, I don't have any particular plan for this drawing. I'm just kind of coloring. I will say, I did a stream yesterday with coffee and tea paintings. You should watch those if you're interested in arts. Here's a, can you see that? Can't see that. I'll take it down. Coffee and tea painting. Painted with coffee and tea, and then I took some ink and went in and redrew it. I did a landscape and I did a portrait. If you're interested, I'll be posting that picture of the portrait and a couple other pieces that we've made over the past week or so on my Instagram. Right on. Yeah, so if you're interested in seeing, I'm going to put both the handles in here. There's 2 Instagrams you can catch up with all the art that has been made. Let's see. Happy to have been. Right on. Right on. There's our Bugs Bunny. Just added a couple colors. I feel like I need something on the legs. We're just going to leave it. Just add a couple colors in there. Make the drawing pop out. Let's see, which one's gonna do next? I think I'm gonna do the same thing for my plant one. I really like this cactus one. This one again, I'm just gonna do a couple areas to make the drawing pop out. Just take it to that next level. And again, if anyone's making any art today, make sure you tag us. Take a picture of it, post it, tag us in it. I made the hashtag CreatiVets shadow art. I didn't make it, I just said it. So if you take any pictures, hashtag it with that, tag us in it so we can see it. We'd love to see what you're all making. And we'd love to highlight it on our Instagram and Facebook stories. Just going to show off the fantastic work that's being made. Boom. No color there. Do I want another piece of green there? I think I will. Right, I'm not coloring the whole picture. Oh, I can hold this down. Just some areas to suggest that there was color there, but I want to keep the drawing the highlight, right? Not the colors, so I'm just embellishing it. Let's see, I've got these orange spots, so let me add some orange in there. Can we see that still? Yeah, we can. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, I like that. Add some orange in there. And I think I will do, this is like a pink. We'll do this pink. Now the pink I'm actually pressing a little harder. I know I talked about like coloring lightly and adding those layers, but I really want this pink to pop out. Okay, and then the flower pot, I'll make that, do I want to do brown? I'll do red, make the pot red. I can hear my landlord upstairs with the TV. I'm listening to all the commercials. Hopefully YouTube doesn't flag us and turn off our volume. Because I know everyone's really loving just listening to this colored pencil. Alright. I think this one's done. So again, just added some colors in there just to make it pop. Right, I didn't color the whole thing. I'm sure if you do this with your kids, they're gonna color the whole thing. But I'm showing a little self-control here. I'd love to color the whole thing, but just adding a couple because I think that looks really nice. Put this there. All right, so I colored Bugs Bunny, colored the plant, colored the weird SpongeBob. Put this back over here. Oh, I almost fell over. Got the star. I'm gonna leave the star as is. I think I'm going to add some to our dinosaur and our King Kong, because I know those are very, like, they're stark colors. Alright. Don't sneeze, don't sneeze. This is my awesome little bullet sharpener. You can get this at Blick. Super strong, super great and reliable. All right, here we go. Again, I'm not going to color the whole thing. I'm just going to color some areas to suggest that it was color. I think it's interesting coloring the, like, not the direct shadow, like the direct body, but the areas around it, so that the red kind of outlines the dinosaur shape. Makes it pop out a little bit more. Can you see it, or am I blocking it? I'm literally blocking it. What am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. Is that one done? No, I'll color this top part. Alright, that side's done. I'll do the gorilla. Now that's a dark green, so I'll use a dark green for him. That is not dark green. This is dark green. Here we go. Again, if anyone has just joined us, popped on the stream, and they're kind of like, this guy's just sitting here coloring, you will be able to see the whole video again on Facebook at CreatiVets or on our YouTube channel. But I took a flashlight, attached it to a little stand, and then shined it on these objects and casted shadows on my paper. And then I traced those shadows, and now I'm going back in and just adding a little color to them. I make them pop out. I'm not coloring the whole shape, not trying to imitate real life. Just add some colors to where I like it, the way it looks. Right, because I think the highlight or the spotlight should be on the drawings. I like the drawings. It's the whole point of this activity to do those little interesting drawings. Not necessarily the coloring, although the coloring is nice. All right, here we go. So there's our gorilla versus dinosaur. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, I just add a little bit of color, make them pop out, make them interesting. Yeah, so let me go over that before I end for the day. I'll use this as an example because I really like this one. This is shadow drawing, shadow art. I took this flashlight, super bright, completely obliterates my paper. Maybe I won't use this one because I want to show what it looks like. I use the Bugs Bunny. So I have all these little objects that I found, all these toys, great activity for kids. Put the toy on the paper. As you can see, it kind of models a shadow. I took the light. Can you see the shadow? Yeah, just like that. I didn't hold the light like this. I attached it to a little stand. And then I traced with a pen. Oh, it disappeared. Traced with a pen the shadows. Once I had the shadows traced, I went back in on a couple of them, added some extra details to areas that I thought could use some extra details, like, for example, the SpongeBob that I did. The SpongeBob that I did, I went in and actually drew the face and added the details, and I colored the whole thing. And then once you're, yeah, I already said it, but once you're all done with the drawings, you can go back in and color them, make them look nice so that they're a finished piece. And we've got a lot going on in this chat. People are just talking. Love it. I'm not going to chime in. Boom, boom, boom. Always promote on the chat. Always. We got some people not wanting to shout out all the cool stuff they do. I'd love to hear what you've been making. Feel free to whisper to other people. But yeah, always use this whenever we're streaming. Make sure you tell us what you're doing. Like I said, take pictures of your stuff. Even if it isn't things that you're doing based off our demos, we'd still love to see the art that you all make. So tag us in it on Facebook. New follower. Thank you. But always post pictures of it. Tag us on Instagram. Tag us on Facebook. We've got a lot of artists that work with us. We're artists. We do a lot of, obviously art programs. So if you ever want feedback on something, send us a message. We'd love to check it out. But yeah, so shadow art, success. Check this wall out. Super excited about this wall. Check that. That's all the stuff that we've been doing all week. So if this is your first stream joining with us, please check out our other streams. You can find those on Facebook, on YouTube. But we did some blind contour drawings. We did, let me show you that. Oh, that's cool. This little webcam is awesome. We did some watercolor painting, a very kid-friendly project. You can find that. We did a coffee and tea painting, very fun, experimental. And then these are all of our drawings from today. Mrs. OEF5, make jewelry, work with wood and wire, custom vinyls, wood burning. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Keep doing that. I do, yeah. Awesome catch of shouting out the art that I normally make. I do ceramic sculpture, and I actually have the ceramic sculpture from the demo. That was one of my first streams. Made a ceramic bust. So if you're interested in learning how to make a ceramic bust, check that video out. We've made quite a bit of stuff since then. Please check that video out. That was a couple, because it took a couple days to set it up. Just gonna re-say this message. Yeah, if anyone wants to see anything specific, any medium they want to do specific, let us know. Send us a message, Facebook, Instagram, because I've got in my studio quite a bit of supplies that I can do some things with. I know Zachary's going to do a charcoal demo soon. That was something that someone was interested in. Someone had asked about a portfolio, like gathering of objects and art to show off as a portfolio. We'll go over that. So again, just message us. Tell us what you're interested in. Let's see. How to volunteer. Want to know how to volunteer to work with CreatiVets? Message us. Let us know where you're at, so that we can kind of, when we have we do a lot of gallery exhibitions. So gallery exhibitions or concerts or whatever we can do, art festivals. If it's in your area, we'd love to have you come and volunteer. Or if you're willing to come out to an event that's nearby, we'd love to have you out there. So yeah, just send us a message where you're at, what you're interested in doing, and we can, hopefully find something that you can help us with. That'd be great. We really appreciate that. Yeah, but that's it. So again, I'll be posting the self-portrait I did with the coffee and tea. I'll be posting that on my personal Instagram. Today I put that in the comments at manglazedblack. I'll put some highlights of the art on. Once we kind of get some more variety, we'll post them on our CreatiVets story so you can all kind of see what we've been making the last couple of weeks. But we'd still love to see what you're doing. Mrs. OEF5 can stream classes as well. Please find us on Instagram if you got it, or Facebook. Send us a message. Our best way to information, supporting CreatiVets. Check that. You can click that too. But send us a message. Let's connect, and then we can get some resources out. And if you could do a little workshop, that'd be awesome. A little demo. We love that. We're always about finding artists that can do some demos. So let's talk about that. If you're interested in doing songwriting, there's been a schedule change. It's at 3 today. So not right after I get off, but at 3 o'clock, songwriting. That's going to be fantastic. So if you're interested in that, even if you just want to tune in and hang out with us, ask us some questions, that'd be awesome. If you want to see the full schedule of what we're doing, go to creativets.org/live. That's our website, creativets.org/live. You can see a full list of our past streams as well as what we're doing for the rest of the week. We'll be updating it this weekend with new content for next week as well. But again, we would appreciate if you all could send us the ideas that you guys want to see. We'll keep coming up with content and coming up with demos and finding artists to talk about, their craft, their talents, and kind of teach us as we go. But we'd love to hear what you all are doing. Put you on the spot, Garrett. What's up for next week? You know what? For myself, the demos I'll be doing, I'm going through hold on, I'll show you. The books. I've got quite a bit of art projects tucked away in these files here, analog files. So we'll be doing some more kid-friendly stuff. I'm really missing my students, my middle school students, and teaching them. So we can I have some resources available for anyone that has any kids that would just be interested in doing some things at home and just like having it broken out for you. So we'll do some more kid-friendly projects, maybe some more paintings. I'm working on a new series of drawings, so if you follow my personal Instagram, you'll see some updates about those drawings. We will do some demos about, just figure drawing. Again, just hang out. Zachary is going to be doing charcoal artwork, so like covering a whole page in charcoal, erasing it. I think he was going to get into some more digital art. So if you haven't watched the Dueling Doodles, Zachary is our Chicago team leader. I work with him almost every day. We did this stream together where we did different drawings. I did more like pen, paper, and he did it with his iPad. So I think he's going to go over like some more digital art and how to make some things like that. And then we'll be doing some more songwriting, some more guitar lessons, hopefully fitting in some more like physical fitness stuff. Again, it's important that we stay physically healthy and mentally. Do salt clay again? You missed it. Well, you can watch the stream, FinFan from SC. I said that. So if you missed any of these videos, they're on our YouTube and they're on our Facebook. They're there. They're staying there. So go check those out. Watch them again. I'll do salt clay again. Do you want to see the salt clay? I don't have it in the room. It's in the other room. You want me to go get it? I can run. FinFan, should I go run and get it? Show you? If you say yes, I'll go run and get it. So we got a lot coming up, Dan. Put me on the spot. Live stream. I'm trying to think of anything else I had initially planned. Like I said, I'm kind of going through my kid projects right now for more activities to do with families. But we've got some more visiting artists, people that are interested in just kind of showing off what they do, and being that we're all in this together, and like all in the same boat, staying at home and making art. Hopefully we find some more people that kind of show off their craft. I'll be doing some more clay stuff. Oh, that was it. But I'll know nobody is live with me. I get lonely easily. Okay, well, all right. I'll do another salt dough thing. I'll do a salt dough. I'll do a clay thing, and I'll just bring out some salt dough. All right, I'll bring on some salt dough. But actually, something that'll be really cool, and I'm gonna schedule that this weekend. Let you all know, we'll be doing some wheel throwing demos. I just recently went to a partner organization that we've worked with in Chicago and are currently running a program when it's not, social distance time. Me and my partner took a wheel from there so that she can work on her ceramic pottery at home. I asked her about doing a wheel throwing demo. So in the other room out there, in my apartment, there's a wheel, whole tarp setup. She's going to do some wheel throwing demos. I don't think we're going to do it today. We might be able to do it. We'll do it next week, though. So if you're interested in some ceramic pottery, right, making some cups, right, like this said cup, just tune in for that. Are we ever going to get some content from your leader, Richard Casper? I don't know what leader you're talking about. My leader? Vin from SC? I only report to Kyle. If you know who Kyle is. And if you don't know who Kyle is, that says enough. I keep trying to get Richard on the streams. This stream has derailed from shadow art, but I like it. I hope that Richard does something. I mean, I tried to get him streaming with me, and he said no. He said that, you know what, Garrett, you're just so talented, and I really want you to shine. So yeah, we're hoping to get, a little bit of everyone on here. But Brett has been on. Probably my fault, sorry. Brett has been on. He's been doing some songwriting, guitar lesson stuff. So that's super cool. And then Zachary is another member of our team. He's been on. He did some co-streams with me, but he did a color one, very detailed, oriented, like class for color and painting. But he's gonna be doing some other art stuff and talking about his work in the next couple weeks. So we're getting some people on. We got a lot of stuff planned, but again, it helps if you kind of tell us what you want to know. We're going to do stuff either way. We got some great minds here at CreatiVets. We're a really solid team, do well working together. So we'll have some stuff ready for you, no matter what skill level you're at. As far as if you just started art, or you just started music, or you've been doing it for a while, hopefully we can show you some stuff that's familiar and new, so that you can kind of get some creative juices flowing, right? So yeah, thanks for putting me on the spot, Dan. Ask me what we're doing next week. And I didn't write it in the schedule yet. But yeah, find us on Instagram, find us on Facebook, like us, follow us, share this, send the message out there, tell people. Any other organizations that you think would be great for us to work with and collaborate on during these times, send it our way. Donate to us on our website, check out the full list of the schedule that will be updated this weekend for next week. But it has our past streams on there, and then the schedule for the rest of the day as well. Anything else? Am I missing anything? No. If you're interested in a CreatiVets hoodie or any other merch or swag, please message us on Facebook or Instagram. Send us a message. Be like, give me one of them hoodies. I want a hoodie. I want a rep. Please let us know. And if you want any prints, we have some prints. Go on our Instagram. Go back. Find the prints that we made. Same thing. Message us. Be like, I want some art. I want to hang it up. I'm going to repeat what was just posted on Facebook. Thank you all for being here. I know I said it a million times, but thank you all for being here. These live streams are for everyone. They're not veteran specific, but we want them to go out, right? So no matter who needs this right now, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, if you need something like this, songwriting, music in your life, come here. We do that, right? So send them to us. Share it with them, all right? 3 o'clock is Intro to Songwriting. Tune in for that. That'll be cool. Yeah, Dan, that's a great comment about giving away the prints. I'm gonna come up with a contest. We'll do that next week. Who can get a free print? We'll do a little CreatiVets box of fun. We don't need to stick with that title. We'll come up with a better one. But we'll do a little thing. We'll give away some stuff. Luckily, I didn't take any of this stuff to the office before the quarantine started in Chicago, so I've got it all here. We'll ship out some prints and some hoodies, some swag, some stickers. We got a lot of stuff. So stay tuned for the contest, whatever that may be. We're gonna find out. It'll be making art. All right. Thanks for joining CreatiVets today for this. This has been fun. We've completely derailed from what the initial stream was. I love it. I love talking to you all. Again, go on our website, find out what you can do to help us so we can help everyone else, help you all. Check out our schedule, creativets.org/live, see what we did in the past. Check out those streams. Even if we're not live in those streams, they're still great videos to see some stuff. So if you do want to do salt dough, check it out. Those videos are cool. 3 o'clock, we'll be doing some songwriting. And then to stay tuned, follow in with our social media, Facebook and Instagram, because if we do a special event tonight, special stream, game night, I don't know, it's been in talks. If we do that, we'll post it there. All right? Thank you.